What's going on, you guys? Welcome to my video. If you guys are subscribed to this channel, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about relationships, and I want to give relationship advice to young men. You know, I'm 26 years old, so if you're in your late teens, early 20s, even early 30s, this is advice that you should definitely take. Now, I've been in plenty of relationships throughout my 20s, and I would say probably most of them, if not all of them, I regret getting into, because in relationships you invest a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of resources. You know, you're texting them, you're messaging them, going on dates, spending money, you know, going over to their house. It's just so much is invested into this person. And if this person is not empowering you, is not making you a better person, is not serving you, isn't pushing you to become the best version of you, then that relationship does not serve you and you should drop it. Okay, that is very, very important. Most of the relationships you will get into, I cannot say all, most of them will not serve you, and most of them are just there so you don't feel lonely. And most of the relationships you're in is because you don't want to feel lonely, you don't want to feel like you're by yourself. You want to love somebody, you know, you want to give to another person. You know, that's what we have to do as men. We want to provide, we want to take care of our loved ones. And so we tend to fall into relationships that don't necessarily serve us. And this is a bad thing, because we do not want to get into these relationships because they will be detrimental to our progression. There are many relationships I've gotten into that haven't served me, and I still stayed in them because, you know, I was afraid of being alone. You know, I liked just being with the other person. You know, I liked spending time with them. But I say stay single, stay to yourself, you know, work on yourself. And if the right person, the right woman comes along who has a purpose of her own and wants to empower you, wants to work and help you towards your goal and pushes you to become a better person, that's a relationship you want to be in, right? But if you don't have a solid foundation, you know, you don't have your finances right, you're not living on your own, you know, all the basic things. If you don't have any of these things in place, I would suggest you don't even, you know, look in a woman's direction. Don't even entertain women at all. You need to work on yourself. First and foremost, you need to work on yourself. You need to build yourself before you can bring a woman into your world. Because what world are you bringing a woman into if you're not in your own place, if you don't have your own finances? You know, if you're still borrowing money from your parents, or you're still living under your parents' roof, you know, that's not a situation you want to bring a girl into. But for the majority of relationships that men get into, these relationships do not serve them. These relationships actually slowly deteriorate their progression in life. You know, if we say, for example, go to the gym and take care of ourselves, and then we get into a relationship, that woman was interested in us because, you know, we looked healthy and we were taking care of ourselves. But then slowly the man loses his way and ends up not lifting weights anymore because they got the woman, and they're not as motivated. And the woman's like, oh, don't go to the gym, come hang out with me. If your woman's like that, that's somebody you want to drop, you know, because your priority should be yourself first and foremost. And then it should be women, your family and women, you know. A woman should be third or fourth. You know, the first thing is your health. Second thing should be your money and family, and then a woman, you know. So that's the last thing you really have to worry about is women. And women will, like I said, deteriorate your progress in life. You know, whether it's the gym progression, whether it's your finances, whether it's working on yourself. Women are a lot of energy and a lot of money. So when you're young, you really have to build your foundation. You can go back to my other videos when I talk about what you should be doing as a young man, and that's working on yourself and building your foundation. You should not be entertaining women. And if you tell yourself, you know, that's fine, I don't want to get into relationships, I just want to do, you know, one night stands, I just want to hook up with women and whatever, that's not okay. You're still not respecting yourself. You know, it's not cool to sleep around with a bunch of women. It's not. You know, you're giving access to yourself to all these women. That's not respecting yourself. Even though, in my opinion, I believe it is more natural and normal for a guy to sleep around than a woman to sleep around. That's just what I believe, you know. That's what we're made for, to spread our seed. But even though it goes with our nature, I don't believe we should be doing that. We should not be sleeping around, mixing our energies with all these other women, these low-class women that we find on dating apps. We should not be doing that. We should be focusing on ourselves, retaining our seed, and giving ourselves the most energy we can so we can get closer to our goal. And that's why most religions, like the 3 big religions, they say sex after marriage, you know. Now, I'm not saying you have to wait till marriage, but there is a reason why they say wait till marriage. It is because when you are still growing as a man, as a young man, you need all that energy focused on your purpose. If you don't have a purpose, you need to find your purpose. You need to work on yourself. You need to build yourself before you even look in a woman's way, you know? And women will be a huge distraction in your life. You know, we're young, we have our hormones all over the place, we want to attract women. I understand, you know? But you have to have the discipline to stay away and to work on yourself. So later on, you know, when you have everything lined up, say you're in your 30s, you got it all figured out, you will have your pick. That's the beautiful part about being a man. It's like, if we're 35, we can pick up a 25-year-old, no problem. If we have our money, we have everything set, we have a nice body, we're smart, we can take pretty much any age we want. But if you're a woman and you're 35, 40, yeah, good luck finding a young man. He's not gonna want you. You're pretty much out of your prime. But men's prime is in their 30s, 35, 38. That's your prime. When you're in your 20s, you're pretty much still a loser, you know? You're still working on yourself. Society doesn't really care about you, you know? Work on yourself, guys. Do not fall for the trap of entertaining women. Do not do it. So, you know, relationships will make or break your progression. Relationships will make or break, you know, everything that you've accomplished so far. And don't think it's okay to sleep around, because it's not. You know, you're mixing your energies, you're taking on the baggage of these women that you're sleeping with. You know, it's things you can't physically see with your eye. It's all spiritual stuff. You're taking on their baggage, you know, and these women need help, you know, and men need help today more than ever, but especially women, man. Western women, I mean, they're sleeping around, they're acting like men, you know. You do not want to be mixing energies with these women out here. So work on yourself. Do not get into relationships unless it's a relationship that serves your higher purpose. If it's a woman that, you know, cooks for you, helps you out, cleans. I'm not saying all she has to do is cook and clean, but she's knowledgeable. You know, she's not half naked on her Instagram. She's not seeking attention. She's not seeking validation. That's a quality woman, and these women are very scarce today. But if you do stumble upon this woman, you will know, and that's a keeper, and that's a relationship you do want to be in. But work on yourself until you're in a good position. Until then, do not focus on women. Don't give them attention. Don't be texting them. It's just all wasted time and wasted energy. Put all that energy towards yourself. You know, the book Think and Grow Rich, which is just a book on how to become, you know, successful. There's a guy who studied all the successful people, billionaires and millionaires. One of the key concepts in this one, it's probably the biggest concept, is holding in your sexual energy, holding it all in and putting it towards your work. They say once you do that, you can rise to the level of a genius. That's the power of your seed. You know, our seed can create a whole fucking baby. So imagine what that seed can do if you retain it, and instead of letting off that energy, whether it's by yourself or with a woman, you transmute that energy and put it towards your work, put it towards your purpose. It could do powerful things. And, you know, that book attests to that. So, you know, focus on yourself, gentlemen. Focus on your grind. Grow as a person. And when the time comes, you'll have your pick. You'll have your pick with the most beautiful women you could imagine. And you'll be happy. Trust me. And with that being said, guys, you know, if you haven't subscribe to this channel. There's more self-improvement, self-care content coming out. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave it down below. And I will see you all on the next one.